Hi friends, welcome back to Spoonful. I'm Lauren, and we have just finished week 5 of the pantry challenge. And this week started off great and ended with a unexpected bang. I sound congested, and I apologize for that. That explanation will come at the end of the video. But in the meantime, see what we are eating on this week. Like, subscribe, and put any comment that you have a question about, and I'll sure to get back to you whenever I can. Take care. I'm going to get this into the freezer for a little bit while the oven heats up. Alright, I got the biscuits all rolled out. Some of them are cut thicker than others.
The thick ones
You helping this? Make sure they kind of touch. How many's left to get? Oh, hold on. We need another pan. Okay, so we'll get these in the oven. We already had some sausage cooked up. And then we had our fruit smoothie. We might eat some more oranges, and that will be breakfast.
Ooh, looks good.
All right, lunch for this Monday is leftover shells. So my husband and son are going to split that. And then I decided to find some pasta that was in the freezer, the last pack of ravioli. And of course, my son is not going to let me eat that alone, so he asked for a few. We're going to eat this with dried apples and something else. We'll look and see what we have. Watch it, that pan is hot. When I grocery shop for the month, I typically buy 2 pounds of shrimp. And I get home and I divide them up into 3 bags, and I try to do something with them throughout the month. And I have 1 bag in front of me. So we're going to try to do like a shrimp scampi over pasta, or shrimp spaghetti, something of the sort. Let's take a look. So I have the shrimp in this bag. We have one unopened package of gluten-free noodles. I found this at the Dollar Tree. I bought 2 bags. Oh goodness, was it November maybe? Early December? Can't remember. And hubby said they were okay. So we're going to finish eating them up. And then I have a little bit of regular pasta for my son and I. So I'll use some of this and mix together for our son and I. And then the rest will be for hubby. And I'm going to go ahead in the pan and start getting some onions and mushrooms sauteed, so we can go ahead and add the shrimp and maybe peas or kale. I found some spinach. Okay, so we'll use probably about half of this bag. And, oh, we're coming up with something, guys. It's half of the battle. It's just really trying to figure out what to put together when everything is in your home, especially items that you purchased months ago, so you don't quite remember what was the purpose of it. But for us, we keep certain things on deck all the time, and I can make a couple different meals out of that one item, such as shrimp and spinach. So let's give it a go and fill bellies. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Today is day 28 of this challenge, and we're starting this morning off with some gravy, sausage gravy, which we'll put over leftover biscuits. Okay, breakfast is served for everybody. So it's lunchtime. Picked up another jar of barbecue pork, and I'm gonna go ahead and pan fry this. We're gonna have some tacos, something easy and quick for Tuesday lunch. Tonight's dinner for Tuesday night is coming from Nom Nom Paleo Cookbook. And it is the grilled lamb chops and mint chimichurri. I'm going to do it a little different. Number one, we won't be using lamb chops. We'll be using cube beef. Here is my homemade chimichurri sauce. So this rest of this jar is going to go on top of here to marinate. And then as they cook or grill up, she places them on another bed of chimichurri so that the heat of them gets them to soak up all that wonderful flavor. It is so delicious. I'm not going to show the recipe because it's copyrighted, but that is tonight's dinner. Okay, so dinner is done. We have like a little hash of sort with corn and peas and onions, the chimichurri beef, and some turmeric rice. So we'll eat this like a rice bowl, and I'm gonna pull out some pickles for everybody. And here's my son's bowl. He doesn't like to eat beef, so I still give him a couple pieces shredded up and hope for the best. Good morning. Today is Wednesday and we are rushing out the door. Per the usual, we have breakfast sandwiches that were made at the beginning of January, and these are the last ones. Can you believe it? Yes, the last, I think. Maybe we have one more in the freezer. I have to double check, but I think this is the last breakfast sandwiches, and I probably won't buy any for February because we're trying to reduce spending, remember? So here's a quick rundown of lunch. My son has chicken tenders from the freezer in here, and he's going to dip them into honey mustard syrup. There's a few seaweed left over in there he wants to finish off. At lunchtime, he has the peppermint chocolate brownie, Laura bars. Snack time, he has a fruit strip, and this is a cut up orange. His water bottle's already in his backpack. I usually do not pack juice. We ended up with a box of juice boxes, of juice pouches in December because I used them for some friends that had came over and they were left over, so my son finished them off. So yeah, he got water. He has a lot of sugar right here. He'll be a-okay without having juice in his lunchbox. I'm eating the same thing sans the seaweed. He took it all. So he probably wants some more for February. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze in more for February.
I don't want a juice box.
Hot. Nice coffee. Alrighty, so I think that's all. We're going to sit down, eat breakfast, and then we got to rush out the door. We don't have any. We got to rush out the door. See you guys at dinner time tonight. I am home. It's Wednesday. Time for dinner. And the best idea I always had was to make sure that your most busiest day is well planned out when it comes to meals. And today is no exception. This is beef broth and onions. You can see the onions floating there. I also added some seasoning from the garden. And in this container is Italian sausage with a little bit of kale. I have more kale in the fridge. So I'm going to get both of these into the pot. And then I'm going to get some potatoes roasting and sweet potatoes roasting so that my husband and I can have different potatoes in our soup. I will be able to thicken this soup up with the broth so that we can get it nice and thick and creamy, and then everybody can add the potatoes that they want for this Italian style soup. I'm going to add some more water to it because that broth was very concentrated. Oh, excuse me. And like I said, I'm going to add some more kale to this. And then let's sit back while it simmers away. It doesn't need to cook long because everything is already cooked. And then we're going to ladle over the nice, warm, brothy, creamy soup. So with a slice of bread that I'm going to put right here on the side, my son will be able to enjoy his soup. If you have Parm cheese, you can add it to the top. We don't. But yes, this is dinner for tonight and a quick way to accommodate those with allergies. Good morning. Today is Thursday and I have a tiny package of dried up cranberries and a tiny package of shredded coconut. This cranberry is going to be dumped in today's breakfast. I have some oatmeal started. I'm going to add some more milk and get that stirred in. Okay. Also, to make life easier, we're going to go ahead and get lunch going with about 1.5 cups of white beans. These are cannelli beans. And I'm going to get them soaking in this dish. I'm going to squirt in a little bit of lemon juice. So first I need to go through and find any guys that don't belong. So here's my bowl. I got some frozen strawberries in it and a dollop of cream cheese. And I'll show you what my son is eating. And he has some coconut in his.
Butter on top of the jelly sandwich. That's how I make one.
Wait, let's get you a plate. Alright, so peanut butter is all done in this house. And I have this peanut butter powder that we add a little bit of water to. And actually got some peanut butter going. My son said it tastes okay. And he made a sandwich with it. But this is what happens when you don't plan. But hey, we're trying to eat through everything. And FYI, this expired or best by at the end of December 2024. So it needs to be eaten. Alright, so the beans from this morning soaked for about an hour or half or so. And then I put them in this cast iron pot for them to boil on low for 2 hours. And now they're soft enough, so I'm draining them out. And then I'm going to drain some of this liquid off and go ahead and pan fry some small pieces of bacon in there before I add the beans back in. I have ham in the house. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to add the ham or if I'm just going to be satisfied with just the bacon bits in here. We have leftover rice from the night before. So this will be dinner. I said it'll be lunch, but switcheroo. Dinner is done on this Thursday night. Here's our bean stew with bacon bits in it. And then frying up, or warming up rather, the rice from the other day. There's the little steak bites we had the other day. It was a few pieces left over that hubby wants to finish off. And then we got some bacon bits left in the pan that will be sprinkled on top. There's bacon in there too. Good morning, everybody. Oh, excuse my voice. It is 9 something and I've been up since 4 a.m. with a sick kid. And so I tried to get some sleep, but nah, he wasn't having it. So I decided to roll on over here into the kitchen and at least get some breakfast going. So I got some peach muffins and using my regular muffin mix that I normally do. I'm going to do a glaze on top of these. Maybe not the ones my son is going to eat, because extra sugar always makes codes stick around longer. I got my coffee over here ready to pour so I could function. And if I have the opportunity, I will share the cough syrup that I homemade. It comes from a combination of my friend from Germany and Ruth Ann Zimmerman's recipe. So I will share that because no doubt about it, I might actually have to make a batch today to help little man feel better. I made him a little cup of hot cocoa. It's more like room temperature cocoa. He said, "Can I have coffee?" Absolutely not. But you can have this. So little man is down for the count. We're ending this week off with another challenge to the challenge. We started the month with no water, snowstorm, ending the month with a sick kiddo. So I'm gonna go ahead and dish him up some noodles and broth from the homemade broth that I just use a whole chicken to bring to a boil with some herbs from the garden, garlic from the garden, and a little bit of onion from the store. And hopefully get some food in his belly, get him some nourishment. And organic chicken does wonders, guys. Does wonders to have in your freezer so you can pull out for moments like this. You don't always have to roast it and have a Sunday dinner. You might need to use it to make mama's chicken noodle soup. I'm not going to add anything to his noodles, just the broth and the noodles because he's not feeling good, and this is about as heavy as he probably wants to eat right now. One of the first cough medicines that we're going to focus on, I got from a friend of mine. She's from Germany, and I guess this is something she's used to taking. This is a lemon that I cut the skin off, a I don't know, about a fifth of a red onion. It could be white onion, any kind of onion. 3 cloves of garlic, and a 1-inch knob of ginger. You're going to put that in your blender. The blender has 2 cups, maybe a little over 2 cups of water. Now, the red radishes is what I got from Ruth Zimmerman. Her recipe is similar except for she adds radish. So when she shared her recipe a couple years back, I added radish to mine too. It is not the most tastiest medicine, but it helps break up the decongestion, all the congestion in your chest. Let's blend and then strain. It's a pretty shade of pink, but don't fear, my friends, it is not a strawberry smoothie. It does not taste anything close. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do is add enough honey to make this thing slightly palatable. Because trust me, radish is so strong, plus the honey and the garlic, plus the onion and the garlic, it is not that palatable. But this stuff works. I'm going to go ahead and serve it up to my son. And my husband and I take some for precautionary. I'm going to shake this honey in. In this pot, I have elderberries boiling away. We're done. This is about the second batch for today. So it's nice and hot. We'll sip that like tea with honey and lemon juice. That helps boost the immune system a little bit more and give us some fighting power there.